Have you ever wondered what it's like to live like the UK's wealthiest families? I mean, we're talking private jets, yachts, and golden toilets. Okay, maybe not the golden toilets, but you get the idea. These folks have it all and know how to live it up, with towering business empires and luxurious estates that make our apartments look like closets, to mansions, to sports cars, and the ability to buy basically anything they want. But how did they get there? It's not just about being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. These super rich families share some key traits that have helped them succeed: entrepreneurship, smart investments, inheritance, lucky them, philanthropy, education, networks, and connections. Well, we can always rank the top 10 for sure, but to have a better peek inside the life of the UK's richest families, this time, how about getting into those things that these wealthy families have in common? Are you ready to step into the world of the UK's super elite? Then let's go. Entrepreneurship. When it comes to building wealth in the UK, entrepreneurship is where it's at. These families have taken their ideas and turned them into some of the most successful businesses in the country. From selling shoes to building skyscrapers, they've done it all. Over the years, these rich families have founded and grown successful businesses in a variety of industries, ranging from retail to real estate, finance, and manufacturing. These families have proven that entrepreneurship is a key pathway to wealth creation. Their innovative ideas and relentless pursuit of success have led to the creation of some of the UK's most successful businesses and have cemented their place among the country's wealthiest families. The Dyson family. Who hasn't seen those sleek, bagless machines that suck up every last crumb and speck of dust? The Dyson vacuum is like a superhero of household appliances, and it's no wonder that they've become a household name. And do you know who's behind those fancy vacuum cleaners and air dryers that we all wish we could afford? The Dyson family. Well, let me tell you, these guys are loaded, like seriously loaded. They revolutionized the world of household appliances. With their iconic vacuum cleaners, air purifiers, and hair dryers, the Dysons have made their mark on the industry and earned a fortune in the process. The family patriarch, Sir James Dyson, has a net worth of over $16.1 billion. That's enough money to buy a private island and still have plenty left over for caviar and champagne. But how did he get there? Well, it's all thanks to his entrepreneurial spirit and a lot of hard work. What many people don't know is the Dysons didn't start off as vacuum cleaner magnates. See, back in the day, Sir James was just a guy who wanted to make a better vacuum cleaner. He spent years tinkering with prototypes in his garage before finally hitting it big with the Dyson vacuum. Legend has it that Dyson went through over 5,000 prototypes before finally perfecting the design of his vacuum cleaner. That's some serious dedication, and it paid off in the end. And from there, he just kept going, expanding his product line and taking the world by storm. Today, the Dyson family is one of the wealthiest families in the UK, and they're not just sitting on their fortune. They're actively involved in philanthropy and have established the Dyson Foundation to support various causes, including education and scientific research. The Hinduja family. The Hinduja family is one of the wealthiest and most influential families in the UK. They're known for their massive empire that spans various industries, including banking, oil, and real estate. The four Hinduja brothers, Srishant, Gopishant, Prakash, and Ashok, have a combined net worth of over $15.2 billion. Yes, you heard that right. Billion with a B. And how did they amass such a fortune, you may ask? Entrepreneurship, my friend. These guys have so much money, they probably use 50-pound notes as napkins. See, the Hindujas started out as traders in India, but they had bigger dreams. They expanded their business to include everything from banking to oil to real estate, and they did it all with a sharp eye for opportunity and a willingness to take risks. But don't let all that money fool you. The Hindujas are still just a family at heart. Sure, they may have a few extra zeros in their bank accounts, but they still have to deal with the same everyday problems as the rest of us. Like, who forgot to take out the trash again? And why won't the Wi-Fi work? The Barclay family. So, have you heard of the Barclay brothers? No? Well, let me introduce you to these billionaire twins, who are more powerful than a double-shot espresso. David and Frederick Barclay have a combined net worth of over $8.4 billion, and they made their fortune in a variety of industries, from media to hotels to retail. These guys are basically the Swiss Army knives of entrepreneurship. They may be best known for their banking empire, but their story goes way back to a time before high finance and credit cards. Well, we do know that they're identical twins, which probably means they have some kind of secret twin telepathy going on. Who would have thought that a couple of former real estate agents would end up owning one of the most prestigious hotels in the world? The Ritz? Picture this. The Ritz sold for half the market price and made a staggering £27 million loss. So what happened? Well, it turns out that the Ritz was sold by the Barclay twins to a Qatari investor for a fraction of its worth. It's a classic case of shoulda, coulda, woulda, with many people wondering what could have been if the hotel had been sold for its true value. Anyway, let's go back to their entrepreneurial journey on how they really hit it big. It was their move into the world of media that really put the Barclays on the map. Buying up newspapers in the 1990s was a bold move, but it paid off in a big way. Their ownership of publications like the Daily Telegraph and The Spectator cemented their place as some of the most influential figures in the UK media landscape. The Barclay brothers are notoriously private. They make Willy Wonka look like a social butterfly. They're media shy, and it's not often that you'll see them splashed across the front pages of the tabloids. In fact, they're so secretive that they reportedly have a private island in the Channel Islands where they can retreat from the world and avoid any unwanted attention. Of course, it's not just their aversion to the limelight that makes the Barclays stand out. They're also known for their philanthropy, particularly in the fields of healthcare and education. They may not be the flashiest family on the block, but they've certainly made their mark on the world. Investment. Let's face it, the idea of investing can be about as appealing as going to the dentist. The world of finance and investing can be intimidating, but for some wealthy families in the UK, it's a way of life. They don't just throw their money at any old stock or investment opportunity. With vast resources and expert knowledge, they research, analyze, and carefully strategize to make sure that they're getting the best possible return on their investment and preserve their wealth over time. Tested and trusted, smart investments can be the key to maintaining their financial status and securing their legacy. The Rothschild family. Now, you might think that a family with a net worth of over $500 billion got their wealth by striking it lucky in the lottery or betting it all on black at the roulette table. Nope. The Rothschilds are all about investing. With a history dating back to the 18th century, the Rothschilds are one of the most powerful and influential families in the world of finance and banking. But did you know that the family's fortune actually started with one man's clever investment in the aftermath of a battlefield? That man was Meyer Amschel Rothschild, and he used his cunning to capitalize on the information he received about the Battle of Waterloo to make a killing in the stock market. It's said that he even used carrier pigeons to get the news of the battle to him faster than his competitors. From there, the Rothschilds went on to become some of the most prominent bankers in Europe, financing governments and businesses alike. They were known for their meticulous attention to detail, their keen sense of investment, and their dedication to their clients. In fact, the family's motto, Concordia, Integritas, Industria, translates to harmony, integrity, industry, reflecting their commitment to excellence in all that they do. And they don't just keep all their money for themselves either. The Rothschilds are also known for their philanthropic efforts, donating millions to charities and causes that they believe in. Their legacy lives on today, and their name is still synonymous with wealth, power, and influence. The Cadogan family. Let's take a look at the Cadogan family, who are known for their incredible wealth and investment savvy. They are one of the most prominent landowning families in the UK. The Cadogan family has a net worth of over $6 billion, and much of their wealth comes from their vast property holdings in London's posh neighborhoods. With properties in areas such as Chelsea and Knightsbridge, it's no surprise that the Cadogans are some of the wealthiest people in the UK. But how did they get their start, you ask? task? Well, it all began with Charles Sloane Cadogan, who inherited the Cadogan estate in 1776. Back then, the estate consisted of just a few streets in Chelsea, but over the years, the family's holdings expanded to include thousands of properties throughout London. Of course, managing such a vast real estate empire is no small feat, but the Cadogan family has been up to the task, thanks in part to their savvy business sense and a little bit of luck. You see, the family's fortunes were greatly boosted by the fact that their properties were located in some of the most desirable areas of London. Over the years, the Cadogan family has continued to add to their real estate portfolio, while also diversifying their investments. They even established their own investment firm, Cadogan Investments, which manages a wide range of assets, including stocks, bonds, and private equity. But it's not all work and no play for the Cadogan family. They also have a reputation for their love of horses and equestrian sports. In fact, they even own a stud farm in Suffolk, which has produced some top racehorses over the years. The Sainsbury family. Who doesn't love a good supermarket chain? Well, hold on to your shopping carts, because this family's net worth is jaw-dropping. The Sainsbury family's net worth is estimated to be around $1.1 billion. That's enough to buy every single item in a Sainsbury's store twice. The Sainsbury family is one of the wealthiest families in the UK. They are the founders of the beloved Sainsbury's supermarket chain, which has been a staple in the UK for over a century. They are the retail giants who have made a fortune by bringing groceries to the masses. So how did the Sainsburys make their fortune? Well, it all started with a small dairy shop in London back in 1869. Fast forward to today, and their supermarket empire has expanded to over 1,400 stores worldwide. But what's even more impressive than their net worth is their commitment to investing in sustainable and ethical business practices. From reducing food waste to sourcing sustainable products, the Sainsburys are paving the way for a more conscious approach to retail. The Sainsbury family also has a long history of philanthropy and community involvement. In fact, the Sainsbury's Trust, which is funded by the family, has donated millions to various charities over the years. They have also been strong advocates for sustainable and ethical practices in the retail industry, making them a beloved household name for more than just their products. Despite their wealth and success, the Sainsbury family has remained down to earth and humble. They continue to work closely with their employees and the communities they serve, ensuring that they are making a positive impact on the world in more ways than one. Inheritance. Inheritance is the age-old practice of passing down wealth through the generations. It has played a significant role in shaping the distribution of wealth in the UK and is a way of preserving family legacies. Family trees show how wealth has been passed down through the generations, from the initial investments made by ancestors to the businesses and assets that exist today. There are rich families that inherited significant wealth through their family lines. While their paths to wealth differ, they share a common thread of passing down wealth from one generation to the next and allowing them to establish significant business empires, shaping the UK's economic landscape to this day. Now, when you think about it, inheriting a fortune sounds like a pretty sweet deal, right? I mean, just imagine being responsible for billions of pounds. I can barely handle a budget for a night out with friends. The Grosvenor family. Have you ever walked by one of those posh, fancy buildings in London and wondered, who owns it? Well, there's a good chance it's owned by the Grosvenor family. These guys are like the kings and queens of real estate in the UK. They've got their hands on so much property, it's like they've got their own little country within the country. I mean, we're talking about owning acres of land in some of the most expensive parts of London, like Belgravia and Mayfair. And let's not forget the fact that they're responsible for developing some of the most iconic buildings in the city, like the Grosvenor House Hotel and the Liverpool One shopping center. But let's not forget the role of inheritance in the Grosvenors' wealth. While they may have made smart investments over the years, a large part of their fortune came from previous generations passing down their assets. Their secret to such staggering wealth? Inheritance, baby. Sir Thomas Grosvenor invested in property way back in the 17th century, and his family has been building on that foundation ever since. But it's not just about the real estate for these guys. They're also big on philanthropy, with the Grosvenor Estate Foundation donating millions to charitable causes. And if that wasn't impressive enough, they're also committed to sustainability, with a goal to make all their properties net zero carbon by 2030. Fast forward to today, and the family still owns a ton of prime real estate in London and around the world. And we're not talking about just a few fancy mansions here and there. We're talking entire neighborhoods, shopping centers, and office buildings. With an estimated net worth of $12.2 billion, they're proof that sometimes the best investment you can make is in your own family tree. The Weston family. Have you ever dreamed of starting a business empire that would outlast even your great-great-grandchildren? That's exactly what George Weston did when he founded a bakery in Canada way back in 1882. Today, his descendants, with an estimated net worth of $8.7 billion, the Weston family is a shining example of the power of generational wealth. It just goes to show that the Weston family's story may seem like it's all just sweet treats and cakes, but they've shown that sometimes the secret to success is simply knowing how to make the dough rise. They sure are a shrewd, business-minded family who know how to make it big. Not only that, it takes a lot of hard work and smarts to build and sustain such an empire, and the Westons have been doing it for generations. They own the massive conglomerate Associated British Foods, which includes brands like Primark, Twinings Tea, and Kingsmill Bread. What's impressive about the Weston family is that they didn't just rest on their laurels and rely solely on the family bakery business. They diversified their portfolio, branching out into retail and food businesses, including Selfridges, Primark, and Fortnum & Mason, and making savvy investments along the way. The Westons have a reputation for being down-to-earth and unpretentious, despite their immense wealth. In fact, the family is known for their love of simple pleasures, like horseback riding and hiking. Who needs a private jet when you can take a leisurely walk in the countryside, right? Despite their wealth and success, the Westons have not forgotten about their roots. They are passionate about giving back to their communities and supporting causes they care about. In fact, the family has donated millions of dollars to charities and organizations around the world, including hospitals, schools, and cultural institutions. The Lang family. Let's talk about the Lang family, who have inherited their wealth from Sir John Lang, the founder of John Lang Construction Company. Today, they own a range of businesses in the property and construction sectors, including John Lang Homes and Lang O'Rourke, and have an estimated net worth of $10 million. Yes, they're known for their success in the construction industry, but it wasn't just any old construction work. The Lang family quickly gained a reputation for their exceptional attention to detail and high-quality work. In fact, they were responsible for some of the most iconic buildings in the UK, including the British Library and refurbishing the NatWest Tower. The Lang family also has a softer side. They've made significant donations to various charities, including the British Heart Foundation and the Alzheimer's Society. The Lang family has been able to successfully manage their inheritance and build upon their fortune through strategic investments and business ventures. And let's be honest, if you had that kind of money, wouldn't you want to make sure it grows and lasts for generations to come? Philanthropy. Philanthropy isn't just for the wealthy, but it's certainly a lot easier when you have millions or even billions of pounds to spare. These families are putting their wealth to good use, supporting a variety of causes that are near and dear to their hearts. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to use their resources to make the world a better place? As the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. And for many wealthy families in the UK, that responsibility comes in the form of philanthropic efforts. These families have a reputation for donating generously to charities and causes that they care about, and some even establish their own foundations or trusts to support their efforts. Whether it's supporting medical research, providing aid to those in need, or contributing to the arts, these families are making a difference in their communities and beyond. After all, philanthropy isn't just about giving money, it's about giving back in any way you can. The Wolfson family. The Wolfsons. A family with a name that sounds like they could be a pack of wolves in a children's book. But fear not, these Wolfsons are actually a wealthy family in the UK, known for their philanthropic work in the arts and sciences. With an estimated net worth of $4.9 million, the family's contributions have had a significant impact on various fields, specifically through the Wolfson Family Charitable Trust. David Wolfson, the patriarch of the family, is a man of many talents. Not only is he a successful businessman, but he's also a philanthropist, and even served as a member of the UK House of Lords for many years. But it's not just David who has made a mark on the world. His son, Leonard Wolfson, is also an accomplished businessman and philanthropist. In fact, he's donated millions of pounds to support scientific research and medical innovation. The Wolfson family made their fortune through their involvement in the retail industry, specifically through the establishment of the Great Universal Stores, a mail-order catalog company. With their sharp business sense, the Wolfsons Wolfsons were able to expand their empire to include companies in various industries, including home improvement, retail, and real estate. But their success isn't just due to their business savvy. The Wolfsons are also dedicated to giving back to their community through their philanthropic work. In fact, the family has established the Wolfson Foundation, which has donated millions to various charitable causes over the years, including education, science, and the arts. It's inspiring to see a family use their wealth for the greater good, and the Wolfsons are a shining example of how success and philanthropy can go hand in hand. The Naughton family. The Naughton family may not be as well known as some of the other wealthy families in the UK, but their success is no less impressive. With a net worth of $2.5 billion, Martin Naughton, the patriarch of the family, started his career as an electrician before founding Glendimplex, a company that produces electric heating appliances. Despite their immense wealth, the Naughton family has a reputation for being down-to-earth and modest. They have a strong commitment to philanthropy, with a particular focus on education and the arts. In fact, he has donated millions to various educational institutions, including the National University of Ireland, Galway, where he received an honorary doctorate in recognition of his contributions. One of the Naughton family's most impressive philanthropic initiatives is the Naughton Foundation, which provides scholarships to students pursuing degrees in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math. The foundation has donated millions to universities in Ireland and the UK, and has helped to support hundreds of students in pursuing their academic and career goals. Despite their philanthropic efforts, the Naughton family remains grounded and relatable. Did you know that their generosity also extends to their employees? That's right. The Naughtons believe in taking care of their own and have established a program that provides their employees with benefits such as subsidized housing and educational opportunities. It's clear that the Naughtons understand the importance of giving back, and they've done so in a variety of ways. The Bamford family. First things first, let's talk about net worth. The Bamford family, known for their JCB construction equipment company, has an estimated net worth of $9.48 billion. That's a lot of zeros, and they don't shy away from getting their hands dirty. In fact, the family's JCB manufacturing company has provided vocational training and apprenticeships to young people in the UK. But what's even more impressive than their bank account is their commitment to giving back. With their wealth and resources, they have made it their mission to support a variety of causes that are close to their hearts. One of their main areas of focus is education. They have generously donated to several educational institutions, including the University of Cambridge and the Imperial College London. And let's not forget their passion for the arts. They have made significant contributions to the Victoria and Albert Museum and the Shakespeare's Globe Trust. Lady Bamford, the matriarch of the family, has been a prominent supporter of environmental causes and has even founded her own organic farm. They have also donated millions to various health and education initiatives, including Oxford University's Said Business School and the Great Ormond Street Hospital. The Bamfords have a strong tradition of philanthropy, and they're not afraid to put their money where their heart is. From funding environmental conservation efforts to supporting the arts and education, the Bamfords are dedicated to making a positive impact on the world. But how do they balance their incredible wealth with a commitment to helping others? Well, it's not just about writing big checks for the Bamfords. It also comes down to their values. The Bamfords believe in hard work, integrity, and a strong sense of community, and they're not afraid to use their resources to make a difference. Education. Well, for some of the wealthiest families in the UK, education has always been a top priority. Some of these families may have attended prestigious universities or private schools themselves and are keen on providing the best possible education for their children and future generations. They know that knowledge is power, and they want to make sure their children have all the tools they need to succeed. Let's be honest here. The wealthy families in the UK do have some advantages when it comes to education. They even hire the most experienced tutors and even build their own schools and universities. And as a result, they have the potential to make a significant impact on the world, whether it's through entrepreneurship, philanthropy, or other endeavors. But it's not just about their own kids. Many of these families are also dedicated to improving education for others. Through their philanthropic work, they support educational initiatives and charities that help to improve the quality of education for those who may not have access to the same resources. So, if you thought education was just for nerds, think again. It's a top priority for some of the wealthiest families in the UK. The Reuben family. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away. Okay, it was India, but let's go with it. Two brothers named Simon and David Rubin started their journey to riches. But it wasn't all private jets and luxury from the start. The Rubin boys went to a state school in Islington. David managed to make it to college, but Simon never finished his formal education. However, they didn't let that stop them from becoming business titans in real estate and metal trading. The brothers founded their fortune in real estate and metal trading with a net worth of $6.78 billion. But what's really impressive about the Rubin brothers is their commitment to education. In 2013, they donated a whopping £50 million to create the Rubin Foundation Center for Research in Aging and Health at Imperial College London. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. They've also donated millions to other educational projects, including schools, universities, and scholarships. And in 2018, they launched the Rubin Scholarship Program with the University of Oxford, providing full funding for up to 6 graduate students each year in STEM subjects. Through their charitable foundation, the Rubin Foundation, the brothers have donated millions to various educational projects. They have funded the construction of schools and universities, supported research into education policy, and even established scholarships for deserving students. In 2018, the Rubin Foundation partnered with the University of Oxford to launch the Rubin Scholarship Program. This program provides full funding for up to 6 graduate students each year, with a focus on those studying science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) subjects. It's not just about higher education, though. With this in mind, they've funded apprenticeship programs in various industries and even partnered with the Prince's Trust to provide vocational training to young people. The Rubin brothers could have easily rested on their laurels and indulged in the finer things in life, but they've chosen to use their wealth to invest in the future of education, believing that it's key to unlocking a person's potential and creating a better future for all. The Rousing family. So, who are the Rousings, you may ask? Well, they are a Swedish-British family with a net worth of over $12 billion. Yep, you heard that right. They're so rich, they could probably buy a small country. It seems like education runs in the family, and not just any education. We're talking tippy-top tier. Hans and Gerd Rousing both attended private schools in Sweden before going on to study at Harvard University. They could easily just sit back and sip martinis by the pool. But nope, they're too busy promoting the importance of education. In fact, they're so passionate about learning that they make Hermione Granger look like a slacker. The Rousings have even established their own foundation to support educational projects and have donated millions to universities and schools across the UK. The family's foundation has donated millions to education-focused charities, including Cambridge University and the Tate Modern. But how did they become so wealthy, you might ask? Well, it all started with the invention of the Tetra Pak by their grandfather Reuben Rousing, which revolutionized the food packaging industry. Education isn't just for the Rousings themselves. The family is dedicated to supporting education initiatives around the world through their philanthropic work. The Grant family. Let's talk about the Grant family, who you might recognize from their famous Hollywood actor son, Hugh Grant, who has a net worth of $150 million. But did you know that the Grants also have a strong commitment to education? The Grant family is known for their generous donations to various educational institutions. They have given millions of pounds to support scholarships, research programs, and educational facilities around the UK. The Grant family's success is a testament to the importance they place on education and the impact it can have on future generations. It turns out that the family's wealth comes from a successful textile business founded by Hugh's grandfather, James Grant. But instead of just sitting on their piles of money and living the high life, the Grants have chosen to invest in education initiatives. From prestigious universities to practical skills, the Grants know that education is key to building wealth. But don't worry, they're not all about studying. They also know how to have a good time. Networks and connections. The power of networking and connections. It's like a secret society, but with less chanting and more business cards. And for wealthy families in the UK, having the right connections can be just as important as having a fat wallet. These wealthy families in the UK have built up some serious connections over the years. And it's not just from attending fancy parties and sipping champagne. No, it's all about putting yourself out there and making meaningful connections. They have an impressive network of contacts that can help them get ahead in various fields. worlds. Whether it's in business, politics, or entertainment, they know the right people to talk to and can tap into a vast array of resources and opportunities. And mind you, it's not just about getting ahead in the business world either. These families also use their networks to support causes they care about and make positive changes in their communities. The Blandford Blenheim family. Blandford Blenheim, a family name that just screams sophistication and elegance. This family has built quite a reputation over the years for their extensive network and impressive connections. From royal family members to high-powered business executives, the Blandford Blenheims seem to know everyone who's anyone. But how did they build such a vast network? Was it through charm, charisma, or just plain old-fashioned hard work? Well, rumor has it that the Blandford Blenheims have been rubbing elbows with the elite for generations, and with a net worth in the billions, it's no wonder they've managed to forge such strong connections. In addition, they are heavily involved in the art world and have close relationships with many prominent artists and collectors. The Pears family. With a net worth of over $3 billion, the Pears family is certainly not short on connections. It's not just their wealth that sets them apart. They've also built an impressive network of philanthropic organizations and charities. But how did they do it? Well, it's all about who you know. The Pears family has a long history of giving back, and they've used their connections to build a network of like-minded individuals who share their passion for philanthropy. Of course, having a few $1 billion doesn't hurt either. With that kind of wealth, the Pears family has been able to create some truly impressive charitable initiatives, from supporting education and the arts to funding research into cancer and Alzheimer's. But they're not just throwing money at problems and hoping for the best. The Pears family is actively involved in their philanthropic efforts, using their connections to bring together the right people and resources to make a real difference. The Branson family. The name might ring a bell. Richard Branson, anyone? The Branson family is one of the most well-known and well-connected families in the UK, with a net worth of $5.7 billion. They've made their fortune through a variety of ventures, from music to airlines, and they're always on the lookout for their next big adventure. But what really sets the Bransons apart is their network of connections. It seems like they know everyone in the business world and beyond. From politicians to celebrities to fellow entrepreneurs, the Bransons have a Rolodex that would make anyone jealous. And it's not just about knowing people. The Bransons are all about building relationships. They're known for their warm, friendly approach and their willingness to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. They've even been known to throw the occasional lavish party or two, bringing together the best and brightest from all corners of the globe. So, as we come to the end of our journey inside the lives of the wealthiest families in the UK, let's be honest, we've all fantasized about having a limitless bank account at some point in our lives. Whether it's to buy that dream car or to travel the world in style, the idea of never having to worry about money is certainly appealing. But the truth is, building and maintaining wealth isn't just about having a lot of cash on hand. For the wealthy families in the UK, it's about a lot more than just money. It's about having a mindset of entrepreneurship and the willingness to take risks to achieve success. It's about the power of inheritance and the legacy that comes with it. It's about providing the best education possible for their children and future generations. It's about building a network of connections and contacts that can open new doors to new opportunities. It's a delicate balance of many factors, and these families have proven time and time again that they have what it takes to achieve and maintain wealth. It's not just about the money, but about the mindset, the legacy, the education, the philanthropy, and the networking that goes into creating and maintaining wealth. So, let's raise a glass to the movers and shakers of the UK, and here's to their continued success.